Hello and welcome back to the channel. So I originally wasn't going to film today. Today's Sunday. Sundays I don't really film because it's kind of Jeff and I's like chore day where we do like laundry and groceries and all kinds of stuff like that. So I started just doing my makeup and then I thought about it and I was like, oh, you know what, I'll just film a getting ready with me while I get ready today. So that's why my makeup is already like half started. But basically, just to fill you guys in, so I'm planning to do like a review of this palette here. This is obviously the Conspiracy palette. And as part of that review, I told you guys that I would try every single shade in here. And so I reached for this morning and I was like, all right, I've already tried the entire top row. I already tried the entire bottom row. And I've tried these two shades here on the middle row. But all I have left is these four here. And they're the ones that are the most out of my comfort zone. So I looked at this today and I was like, oh, let me do like a yellow, orange, red thing or something. And I thought about it and stared at it for a really long time. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not ready like to go that crazy with my makeup. I've never done anything with these kind of colors like that intensely vibrant and stuff. So instead I put it aside and thought, okay, not today, but I'm going to ease myself into it using this other new palette I just got, which is the Tarte Sugar Rush BU palette. And I thought, if I can use this yellow, which is a much more toned down, more natural looking yellow compared to the one in the Conspiracy palette. So if I can use that yellow and maybe this yellow too, it's a like shimmery golden kind of yellow. If I can make something work with those colors that doesn't look absolutely terrible, maybe I'll feel more comfortable going into that food videos shade in the Shane Dawson one. And not completely feel terrified, because that's how I feel when I look at it right now. And I know I told you guys that I would use it. I would use those colors at some point, so it's like I'm trying to ease myself into it. So basically, just to catch you up on my look so far, I already did my foundation and stuff, primers, went all over the lid with this shade here, and then I've just deepened up the crease a little bit with this matte shade right here. So now I'm going to try and go in with this golden yellow that I was just mentioning. But yeah, I thought I would just do like a getting ready with me, kind of chatting about things, YouTube, other YouTubers, like, you know, my life, stuff like that. My decluttering so far, because if you guys have watched my previous video, I'm trying to do a bit of a declutter this year. And when I say a bit of, I mean a massive declutter, because I have way too much stuff in my house and it's just getting out of control. So let me start by speaking on that topic, I guess, because I have already started the declutter process. I have so far gone through a couple of bathrooms in my house and gotten rid of all the garbage and junk and old like bottles of lotions and things like that that kind of tend to expire, because I know that I've had them for like years. I literally have found lotions in this process of decluttering that are so old, like it was like okay, you guys, I found this one body spray from like the Body Shop, and I remember buying it back when I was in college. So that's how old it is, because I graduated in 2014, okay? So it was before that. It was like so old, and I was like, I looked at it and I was like, oh god, this is so old. This is disgusting. I bet it's probably like smells rancid and is like super gross. And it was in one of those clear bottles where you can see it, and it was like it kind of was like a glitter spray kind of thing, so you could see like the glitter and stuff in it. But I looked in it, you guys, and there was actual like weird white chunks kind of floating in it. It was like the grossest thing I've ever seen. Like it was obviously growing some kind of mold or something. I have no idea. So I was like, oh my dear lord. Like, so obviously I threw that away. Went through my fridge, and that's something like I hate to admit that I should probably do on a more regular basis, but nobody likes cleaning out their fridge, right? So I went through my fridge and got rid of all these expired like salad dressings and things like that. Just like trying to start with like small areas of the house where I feel like I can create some momentum in my declutter by, you know, feeling accomplished after doing like the entire fridge or like the entire bathroom cupboard area. And wow, this is the first time I've ever worn yellow eyeshadow, and I don't actually super hate it. like I said, it's definitely a more toned down and like natural looking yellow compared to the one in the Shane Dawson palette. So we'll see how I feel about that one when I get there. But yeah, so just wanted to share like a little bit of how I've been doing on my declutter. So far so good, but also kind of my thoughts about it. And honestly, it's feels really good to like finally be getting rid of stuff and working my way out of my hoarding hole that I've dug myself. And one thing I didn't anticipate though was that it would kind of like be one of those situations that gets worse before it gets better. By that I just mean like obviously I'm not bringing in more stuff at the moment, but just in terms of the organization of my house, like in order to declutter, I had to pull everything that was shoved in the back of my closet out to be evaluated and potentially thrown away. And now I feel almost like worse, temporarily worse, because all of that stuff I've been hiding away in my closets is out in the open, and it's just like even more obvious how much junk I had, and it's like right in my face, and it's like all unorganized now and all like, I don't know, it's just causing a lot of anxiety because it's just sitting out, and I hate looking at it, and that's why it was like stuffed in the back of my closet to begin with. So that's a little bit of a challenge for me to overcome, is just like knowing that that's part of the process, and trying to power through it and get rid of stuff as fast as possible. So that's kind of how my declutter journey is going so far. I did go through my closet, but I haven't done a full inventory yet of everything in that closet, and I'm still not sure exactly what stuff I'm going to keep and what stuff I'm going to throw away. I just kind of organized it so far. And that's another thing that's been like a bit of a struggle, is like I find myself like going into my closets or something with the intention of decluttering, and then I just end up reorganizing and feeling like, oh, well, you know, it's more organized now. This is good enough. And like, I don't want to settle for that. I don't want that to be good enough, because it's just a different organizational layout of the same crap that I'm struggling to get rid of. So I'm trying to avoid that at the same time. What do you guys think of this so far? Like, I actually kind of like it. I don't generally wear these colors at all, so it's like so new to me. But it looks kind of cute. I like it. I like it so far. I think I want to go over just the middle of the lid with that shimmery, like glittery almost yellow color. I just think that'll add like some sparkle to the overall look. I just want to find a better brush to pack that on with. Maybe this one. Yeah, this will work. So, but another thing, now that I've been dragging stuff out of all my closets, and a lot of stuff is just sitting out in the middle of the floor of the house at the moment, I think it's causing like my cat some anxiety, because maybe, I hope that's all it is, because my cat, I've lately had some issues with my cats. So if you guys have watched other videos on my channel, you may have seen some of my cats before. I have 3 cats. 2 are kittens that are brother and sister, Maverick and Luna, and they are about 5 months old now, and so they're still like balls of energy. They're still super excitable and like very energetic and stuff. And then I have one other cat that's older, and she's not super old, but she's, I think, about 4 years old now, and she is way more laid back and stuff, but she's not particularly happy about the new kittens joining the family. And at first, obviously, like as to be expected with bringing in any new cats to a resident cat, like if any of you guys have cats or have done this before, you know, like it's not really a smooth transition. Cats are very territorial, so they don't take well to newcomers coming into their territory. So we kind of like anticipated that, obviously, and the first like couple of weeks were rough, but we were like, well, that's normal, you know, it's usually the way it goes with cats. And then it got better, and like Alaska, who's the older cat, started to really I don't want to say bond with the kittens because like they definitely aren't like best friends or anything, but she started to like really tolerate them more, and like she kind of came around to allowing them their own space in the house and wouldn't like freak out at them, and they would eat dinner together and like all kind of respect each other's space and stuff like that. But the thing is with the kittens, they're not the best at respecting Alaska's space. So there'd be like a rare instance where Alaska would feel like her bubble was being invaded and she would have a bit of a nasty experience with the kittens. But it was rare, and they were really starting to get along, so we were like, oh, this is a good sign. And then lately, like in the past, I don't know, oh my gosh, this shadow, just in case you guys are wanting my input on this palette, the glittery ones, the glitter ends up like all over your face. So if you don't like that, just be warned, this might not be the palette for you, or those shades might not be ideal, because I have now yellow sparkles all over my cheeks, and I don't really hate it. It's not the end of the world, and I'm not going anywhere today, so it's not a big deal, but just something to be aware of. But anyways, yeah, so in the last couple of weeks, Alaska has just reverted back to like the way she was kind of when we first brought the kittens home, which is not good at all. Very territorial. She like goes out of her way to attack the kittens right now, and we're really like not sure why. Like there was no incident that happened that like would have made her all of a sudden hate the kittens. So the only thing that's really changed around here in the last couple of weeks is we haven't had as much time to really like dedicate to playtime with the cats and with Alaska and the kittens, and I think that's probably contributing because it's like she's not getting her aggression out. So we're going to work on that and try and have more dedicated playtimes with the cats and the kittens, and they do kind of bond during that time because they can play together, and you know, it's like a good experience and positive association and stuff like that. But so there's that, and then the only other thing that's like really changed in the past like little while, like the past few days, is that I started this declutter, and like so I pulled a bunch of stuff out of closets and it's just sitting around the house right now waiting to be decided on. And I feel like cats are very sensitive to their surroundings, and I feel like maybe Alaska is noticing that all this stuff is being pulled out and she doesn't like the change to her environment. That's the only thing I can think of. Like we're really at a loss trying to figure out like what the hell is going on with her, because she's just so like, I even caught her downstairs the other day. We have like an unfinished basement, and that's where we keep the cat's litter boxes and stuff. And I even caught her like peeing outside of her litter box in the basement. Thankfully, there was like some plastic sheeting on the floor, so it was really easy to clean and stuff. But it was just very strange. Like she's never really done that before, so that was like really weird. I feel like, I don't know. I don't know if she's trying to like send us a message or what, but like I'm not getting it. I'm not picking up on what she's like laying down. So it's very disheartening, and our house is very like a battleground right now. Every time the kittens go near her, she'll like bat at them, hiss at them, like fully attack them. Like it's not a good time. So that's kind of what we're dealing with at home right now. Another negative to this declutter, if that's truly what's like contributing to her anxiety. I mean, it's adding to my anxiety, so that's the only reason I'm thinking that it might be affecting her as well. And maybe that's totally bogus, and maybe cats don't care. But like they do say, like I have done some reading on like Google and whatnot, that cats are very sensitive to, like they'll notice even when you just move a piece of furniture in your house. Like they notice, like they're very sensitive to things in their space being moved around. So so that's the only reason I'm attributing it to that. But okay, this is very orange and yellow, which is what I was going for obviously, but it's like, if this is how vibrant this palette looks, I'm like, I'm real scared for, like, the Conspiracy palette, because, like, it's way more intense. So we'll see how that goes. I'm thinking about, should I, like, maybe I'll add a little bit of, I just put, like, some of this dark orange kind of color in the outer corner, but I think I might put some of this shimmery one on top just to, because I feel like the middle of the lid is, like, sparkly now, and the outside not so much, so I might just add this as, like, a topper to that outer corner. Just a little bit. I don't know if that really did much of anything. This is one of the shades in the palette that has like one of those bees imprinted right on it, so it's almost hard to like dig into the actual product because there's that part that's kind of sticking up. Just needs to be pressed into a little harder than the other ones. But I like the way this is blending out. Like, it looks very like sunset, sunrise. I don't know which one do you think it looks more like. I don't know, they're kind of the same vibe, but yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty. I like that. I'll go in again with a little more yellow here. Yellow of this shimmery yellow. These shades do have names. They're on the back of the palette, so I haven't really gone and looked at it properly. Okay, I'm liking that. I'm gonna go for the eyeliner now, and talk about like some YouTube stuff I've been seeing lately. So I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you guys who are watching my channel probably will know about these YouTubers I'm about to bring up, because most people that watch this kind of content like know who they are. They're like relatively large in the community, like maybe not huge, but pretty big. And that is Angelica Newquist, I think is how you say her name. And Kelly Gooch are just two that I want to mention quickly. And the reason I'm bringing those two up is because they both made videos recently, within the last week, I would say, kind of addressing the fact that they're planning to kind of take a break from YouTube. Well, that's what Angelica said, and then Kelly kind of said she's not taking a break exactly, but she used to upload 5 times a week, and now she's going down to 4, so she's like kind of taking a step back in terms of quantity of videos. And yeah, I saw like one video almost right after another going up, and I just thought like that's really interesting, because it's like I feel like so many YouTubers kind of burnt themselves out over Christmas, like Vlogmas or whatever, and now they're kind of like dead. And I just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Like, are you guys disappointed that these creators, like maybe there's more that I haven't even mentioned, but those are just 2 of the ones that I subscribe to that both mentioned they're gonna be slowing down with the content. And like, I get it, like I totally get it. If they're, you know, too burnt out or too busy or whatever, like YouTube is like a free platform. I don't pay them to entertain me or anything, so they have every right to completely quit YouTube if they want to do that. Like, I don't have a right to their content or whatever, but at the same time, like from purely a consumer perspective, like I'm a little bit like, oh, like that bums me out, because like what am I gonna watch, you know? So like I'm just curious what you guys think about it. Like, are you disappointed that they're slowing down their content? And if so, like, does this mean you guys are looking for new creators to follow to like fill the void, or are you just going to like watch less? You know what I mean? I know for me, like I watch a lot of YouTube. It's like what I put on in the background a lot of the time when I'm obviously doing my makeup, or like just doing things around my house, like chores and things like that, laundry, all that kind of fun stuff. So like for me, it's like I need to find something else now, which is good and bad. I mean, maybe I'll discover some new creators that are maybe more up and coming that are gonna benefit off of the fact that some of the bigger ones are taking a break, but at the same time, like, I don't know, it's sad. It's sad because I like miss the content, you know? Okay, this wing is like really getting messed up here. eyeliner is like the worst part of my makeup routine, because I feel like it like make or breaks the look, and then like so many times I F it up and then it just looks terrible. I can't get the most precise line with this liquid eyeliner either, so it's like very frustrating. Okay, that's a little more of a wing than I was going for, but I guess I'll just stop there. Try and get something somewhat even on the other side. Okay. What else was I going to talk about with you guys? Life updates, kind of did that. Cat updates, YouTuber updates. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention, I was just curious about your thoughts on, and wanted to give my thoughts on the new releases, and I put that in air quotes on purpose, because the new releases that I'm going to talk about, they're actually, apparently a lot of them are not new releases, and what I'm talking about is the Lunar New Year stuff. I watched an episode from I think it's the channel's called the Beauty News or something like that. It's those two Australian girls who kind of like do the makeup breakup and stuff like that as well. But they were talking about all these new Lunar New Year things, and I didn't realize until I watched their video that like so many of these new releases for the Lunar New Year are just repackaged versions of already existing products, which I thought was like super lame. And like they mentioned that in the video as well, that like it's totally just a cash grab, because like they're not even bringing out anything new. They're just like putting it in a fancier box and expecting people to like just throw their money at it, which I find very gross, and like at least come up with something new, you know what I mean? That being said though, the packaging that I have seen from these new releases are just, everything's so cute. Like, I don't know, it's just totally my style. Like, I really love all of the cute imprints on the pressed powder products. I really love the, like, in particular, the MAC Lunar New Year release is, like, stunning. Like, I love everything, like, packaging-wise that they're releasing, and it's just so cute, and that's exactly what they want, is to sucker you in with the cute packaging. But I'm bored with it, because it's like nothing's actually new, you know what I mean? And like I want like an actual new release sometime soon, because I feel like we had all the holiday sets and stuff, and like that's over now, and it's like, I don't know. Ooh. So I've accidentally made this eye way thicker than the other eye, so I'm gonna have to go back and kind of, this is what happens, and this is how my eyeliner always gets out of control, because I do one eye and it looks cute, and then the other eye goes thicker, so I go back to make the first eye thicker, and then that one ends up thicker, and then all of a sudden you've got like this thick of a freaking eyeliner. So I'm trying to avoid that, but at the same time, like, they look really uneven right now, so it is what it is. Okay, this is really getting out of hand, guys. I might have to go in with like a Q-tip and like fix it now, because I really messed that up. I don't know. This eye still, I feel like, looks better, but I don't know. All right, I'm done with this. I can't film anymore, because I'm gonna have to go clean this up and get some Q-tip action and the whole thing. But anyway, that's all I kind of wanted to say for this getting ready with me. Sorry this look turned out totally awful. I'm gonna finish it up and then take a picture for the thumbnail after it like looks better. But yeah, okay, so I will see you guys. Please like and subscribe. I always forget to say that. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye guys.